to another episode of Collector's Quest. I'm Tyler, here with Johnny. It's been like a month since we recorded. Johnny, what's going on?
Oh, Tyler, just been hanging out, lonely, really lonely, waiting for you. My family was sick. You were having way more fun than I was. How has it been? I don't want to hear about Japan yet, because that's going to be our main topic. I want to know things about Japan in general, though. Don't talk about game stuff. Don't talk about game stuff from Japan. Just tell me in general, how was the trip? How did you find it? Why did you get stuck there?
In general, I solved the cost of living crisis, Johnny. We're all moving to Japan.
But they don't like us over there.
They don't. Oh, man. And you could like kind of feel it, like that everyone's like real, or 95% of people are really nice, and then 5% of people clearly don't want to deal with talking to you because you're trying to speak English, which YouTube totally lied. And they're like, everyone's totally fine, either talking in English or using a translation app. And then there's like the 5% of people in like the out of the way areas that are like, you fucking gaijin, get out of my face. I'm here to serve my community. But I solved the cost of living crisis. We're all moving to Japan. Like 3 of the 4 hotels I stayed in were the nicest hotels I've stayed in my life, like the cleanest, the best bathrooms, and they were like all like in the range of $100 a night. And
that's pretty good.
Yeah, all my meals are like sushi plates, like 80 cents each type deals. It's just amazingly cheap. And we're gonna move to Japan, and it's gonna be awesome. And fucking, how much of our society, the problem is the cars? There's no street parking in Japan at all. So the streets are just open and they're for people. So there's like the main roads are for cars, and that's like America, and they have sidewalks and stuff. And then all of the side streets in Tokyo and Kyoto are just, there's like, it's all people traffic. There's businesses stacked 8 stories high, literally everywhere. And the only the only cars on the road are like local delivery trucks and taxis, and they have to wait for the people to get out of the way. They're not just there to murder the people like they are everywhere in America. Oh my God, it's so nice, and the cars are adorable.
Okay.
And there's always people out. The streets are full. It's not like walking in. I know New York because I'm from New York, and you walk around New York, it's all like fucking scaffolding and steam vents, and half the storefronts are empty because rent is too expensive in fucking Manhattan. It's ridiculous. Walking around a random side street in Japan, any of the cities I went to, is like so much better. So we're gonna move to Japan.
Okay.
Because they don't like cars.
They don't like, but again, it comes back to that, like, how are you gonna? No one's gonna hire you.
Oh yeah, no, I can't move to Japan. I'm 100% certain. I already knew that, like, no, don't move to Japan. Even after 20 years, they will not treat you as a local. Like, you get on the subway. It's so funny. This happened multiple times. You get on the subway, like on like a semi-packed car, and you sit on a bench, like the opposite side of a bench from someone, and they will just, they'll get up and move to the other side of the car. They'll just be like, I'm not sitting next to these guys. I'm not being loud or like totally. I'm just being quiet and sitting with my wife and not talking. And they're just like, no, we're not dealing with this.
Nope. All right, Gaijin, get out of here. We sent the best of us over there, and they still didn't like you, Tyler. I'm sorry.
I mean, what am I going to... If 5% of tourists are terrible, they're going to think tourists are all terrible. That's just how racism and stereotypes work. And I get it. Johnny, the other thing, so a lot of people ride bikes. People don't fucking lock their bikes. There are just thousands of bikes on the side of the road. Every city I went to. In the middle of Tokyo, the biggest city in the world... People don't lock their bikes, or they have like a shitty bot. They like lock their back wheel or something, but they're just sitting there waiting for you to throw it into a pickup truck and steal it. That is how much trust is in their society. No wonder they don't like gaijins. No wonder they want us to leave their country. I don't want Americans to come to my country and start stealing my bikes. There's how many people live in Tokyo? 20 million people, and they don't lock their. That's insane. That the society is too functional. And I know Japan has a lot of societal problems, but it's fucking crazy seeing. I never got over that, just seeing unlocked bikes in rows.
It's just cultural. And just like most people don't steal from mailboxes, and that's why like the growing rate of package thefts from porches has like really upset people because they're like, whoa, whoa, whoa. As a society, we agreed to leave the mail alone.
But we
And now people are
absolutely
fucking with it.
don't, because people do steal packages. And who can
I
no
know
one? The
now,
cops
but
aren't
that's
going to
why-
do shit if someone steals your packages. Just like the cops will just, if you tell a cop that your bike got stolen, they'll show up and shoot your dog. But in Japan, theft is like actually culturally a bad thing to do. It's crazy.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. This is why the rise of package thefts has put people off so incredibly. Because look, theft happens every day in like every imaginable scenario. When people came for the packages, society started to get mad. Like, if you want to see, like, here's how popular it is to hate people who steal packages off a porch. AI creates video of people getting hurt and their comeuppance when trying to steal packages, and they get millions of views. This is how angry people are that people are stealing packages off of porches. But again, it's because they've broken a cultural trust, and Japan has that right now with bikes, and I hope they never lose it because people will get real mad.
I think Americans will put up with literally anything can happen to Americans as long as they have content to scroll. People aren't stealing their Amazon packages and gas prices aren't too high. Those are the three things. They're the only three things Americans care about.
You want to weaponize Americans, is steal their packages and raise the price of their gas. It's over.
Yeah. We passed a law to like shut down TikTok, and then the government was just like, no, this is going to cause like the next civil war. We can't do this. People are actually going to pay attention.
Yeah. I can't imagine if these people weren't scrolling TikTok, they might read the news. Stop that immediately.
Yeah, exactly. They're going to be reading the news to see when TikTok comes back on, and they're going to be like, oh shit, what the fuck is all this shit happening?
Yeah. Yeah. Are you telling our government did what now? Can't have that. All right. Anyways, tell me about the rest of it. Tell me more. Tell me more about Japan. Then I'll start peppering you with questions. Unless you have anything you want to ask me.
John, no one wants to hear about my trip to Japan. It was the most generic trip to Japan. I went to like Tokyo, Kyoto, and Osaka, and a few other cities along the way. I went to Hakone, which is an onsen resort town. Just spent 2 straight days in like hot springs and baths. It was super nice. I saw a wrestling show. I actually saw a lucha wrestling show because it was the only show I could find during the time I was there. Japanese wrestling crowds are the worst wrestling crowds. And I'm sorry, I know like 95% of our people don't care about wrestling, but this was another cultural shock. So the best wrestling show I've been to was in Mexico City, where the entire arena acted like it was real and was flipping out and was cursing at people. It was the fucking coolest thing ever. American wrestling crowds are a bunch of 49-year-old dads who are into it from the 90s, and then they're kids who don't really care that are coming along, and it's like, there's some chants and stuff. It's an okay crowd, but most of the time it kind of sucks. This crowd, during the match, dead silence. There's not a single person making a sound as the match is going on, and then after every spot, everyone politely claps. It doesn't matter if it's a face or a heel. If something happens, you politely clap. If someone wins, you cheer for them. Nothing mattered. It was like watching a Broadway show. It was the weirdest fucking thing ever.
That's weird.
I
don't know. I don't like that.
I don't know, Johnny. I did some light hiking. I saw some shrines. I saw some temples. Went to a lot of stationery stores. And then I went to video game stores, which I guess we're going to talk about.
Yeah. You didn't go to Mount Fuji, though?
Mount Fuji's not open in February. I went to February. So I booked my trip in February for 2 reasons. One, I don't like being hot, so I picked a cold month. And Japan gets very hot in the summer. And then 2, for no crowds. And both of those did not really work because everywhere was still crowded because Japan's a very populous, crowded country. And they keep their heat at like 77 indoors. Every train, every hotel room, every store, I was sweating everywhere. So if you're going to Japan, even in the winter, you're just going to be sweaty and hot, and it's going to be terrible.
That sounds terrible. I don't like to be sweaty or hot.
Yeah. Anyway, Mount Fuji was closed because it's too cold. You're going to die and freeze to death or something.
Oh. Like, couldn't even see it? I mean, how do you, like...
I got like the panoramic view from a distance type deal.
Yeah, I'm not trying to climb Mount Fuji, really. I just want to see it.
You want to talk about some other news, Johnny, before we go into video game stuff?
No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, let's do some news, and then we'll get to the main part of the show.
Johnny, the immortal John Hancock sold his collection. I know this is probably old news now.
Don't call him that. Don't call him that. That's so dumb.
That means that we're never going to get the video game museum, though.
Here is the thing. Not just for him, but I hate calling people by their internet names so much. I try to learn people's first names and call them that. And then when someone puts a moniker in front of their name, just absolutely no.
Johnny, how do you feel? You're a John Hancock fan. You were looking forward to...
Oh, hey, the museum isn't happening? Oh, weird. So sad. What a blow.
Is video game collecting dead? Johnny, big collectors are getting rid of their game collection.
Did you? Well, you know what's nice is how nice everyone was about him selling it and donating part of it. So that was cool for him. But did you see where it went?
So I'm looking for an article on this, and I can't find one that's not YouTube, and I didn't actually watch his YouTube video. As far as I understand, half went to the Embracer Group, and then half went somewhere else.
I want to think, oh God, what's it called? Games and Brews or something?
Okay. So you tell me. So I actually brought this up knowing that you would know more about it than me.
Oh, I don't, because it was a long time ago now. Like a month ago or whatever. No, I just know he sold it, and then like what he couldn't sell, he wound up just donating to a group. I think it was Games and Brews. I think they're out of the Midwest or something, and they like, I don't know if they're a store or they have a repository of games or they take them to shows. I don't know. But when this is my problem with video games and video game history and everything else. So undeniably, John Hancock had a great collection. If you read any articles, they'll tell you it was the best collection in the whole world. And I'm just like, well, you haven't seen other collections. But whatever. It was vast, for sure. Lot of variety. Yeah, it's like the best we've got. Okay, the Embracer Group, which is a privately financed company who can do whatever they want with those games. Those aren't real historians. They're not real preservationists. Like you have to hope for the best with the Embracer Group. And I don't, because I don't trust firms like that. And then you have something called like Games and Brews, where everything got just like, this is the best we can do to archive and save our treasures, these things, these pieces of art that we love and care about, and all these people want to get emotional about and talk about their youth and everything. And we're like, well, I guess some of them went to Games and Brews, and they'll like lug them around, I guess.
And Embracer Group, they just want to have a library of every video game, I guess. I thought that
but not for
project
you.
Was on hold, but I guess they're still doing that.
Yeah, and it's not for you, though. That's the thing. People are like, the Embracer Group's saving stuff. They didn't say they were saving it for you. And even if they did, they don't have to. They can never do anything with that. That's just a collection.
It's a cool rich guy corporate collection, though.
Yep. The other dumb thing that we'll just lump in with this is, God, what was the group? I got sent a message by, or is it Phoenix Resale or one of these?
Yeah. So the other, it's not Phoenix Resale. It's Chase After the Right Price. Chase is also trying to collect every video game.
He's not collecting anything. He's not collecting a fucking thing.
You're right. He's trying to
fucking selling shit.
And then sell every video game.
This is not a goal. This is not a fucking goal. Stop it. Stop acting like it's a fucking thing. Oh, my goal is to sell every video game made. Shut the fuck up. Please, for the love of God. I wish to be the best reseller on the whole planet. You know, GameStop already won this war, okay? There's not a thing. It's not being a reseller. There's no little badges. You can't gamify. No. Absolutely 100% refuse. Do not bring this up to me. Do not talk to me about it. It is not cool. I don't care if he tracks it. It'll never be cool. I don't give a shit in the sense that like, I don't like care if it happens. I care that someone tried to make this a thing and that people suddenly want to care about it. That is fucking stupid. I will not accept it. Reject 100% with all of my being, everything I've got in me, Tyler. This is Johnny 10 years ago. This is that level of spite and hate I feel for things, and I get fired up about it. Hate it. Talk to me.
So there's 31,432 434 games ever released in America, apparently.
Oh, yeah? Sure. I believe that number with all of my body. I'm sure that's verified. Show me.
No, he actually has a decent website. Quest.catrp.com has lists of everything he's going for.
That's cool. Great. I wish that this was for some noble cause.
Yeah, right.
Except to line the pockets.
And then so if you don't know, Chase After the Right Price is a reseller. And I love resellers. I'm not against resellers, but this is just a marketing thing because he's going to sell them all. It's not for a collection. I
don't have anything against him personally. People are going to hear this and think I dislike the guy. I've actually heard he's nice. I've heard people dealing with him. Heard he's okay. I've seen some of his videos. I don't fucking hate the guy. And I don't actually have a problem with the resellers. That doesn't bother me. I hate that someone had this idea. They're like, what if instead of collecting every game, we sold every game? Yeah, okay. What? Yeah, hey guys, help me in my quest to sell every game. What a fucking scam. People were mad about grading games, but this is okay, Jesus Christ.
So I don't watch these full YouTube videos of guys that I'm not really into. I'm sorry. But looking at his website and from the little I did see, he's like a reseller. He's asking to buy these games. If he was a reseller asking for like donations, like let's complete this goal, guys, that would be scummy, but he's not doing that.
No.
So
I'm not saying he's doing that. I'm just saying like, look, hey guys, I've got this sick goal. I want to sell every game that I've got in my garage because I don't want them. Hey, come help me out. This will be an awesome task we can do together. So you just want to like sell all of your stuff? I do. Isn't that every reseller's goal?
As annoying as people who do trade up challenges in card games, which is basically just begging for donations.
That's also stupid. That's also stupid because it's a version of e-begging that I don't enjoy.
Yes.
Like people feel pressured and then there's a camera on them and they're like, yeah, I guess I'll make this bad trade. And like, yeah, you can go get a Porsche or whatever you're working at. Fucking stop it.
All right, Johnny, I've been gone a while, so I do want to hit on some other topics here. There is, within the span of a month, a Punch Out prototype was found and ended up in Heritage Auctions like a month after. It was graded and ended up in Heritage Auctions. And it's not just a Punch Out prototype. It is like the most perfect NES prototype you've ever seen because it is the Punch Out game with a black box label and it's got Glass Joe on the cover and it looks like a black box game. And a very similar label to this was featured in an old Nintendo ad along with The Legend of Zelda.
Yep.
And, the silver box, Mike Tyson's Punch Out is like the very end of when the black box games came out. So it could have been a black box game, and then they went with putting Tyson on the cover.
Yeah.
But it's perfect, man. Like, if you were asking for an NES prototype, this is what you would want it to look like. And the code on the game is different. Like, it doesn't have Tyson in it, and some of the AI is different.
It's pretty amazing.
And like half the people think it's fake, but Frank Cifaldi thinks it's real. So it's real. Because Frank Cifaldi is really the guy who determines if your prototype is real. And I'm not doubting it. I mean, I doubt it in the sense that I look at it and I'm like, if I was going to fake an NES prototype, and I don't mean just like print something out at home and do something, because it's got like it's got unique code and all that stuff too. But if I was going to fake a really expensive, fancy NES prototype, man, this is what it would look like.
Yeah.
But I guess it's real. I don't know.
I hope it's real. That's a really cool find if it is.
It only goes up to Don Flamenco, and then it repeats the same order 4 times to beat the game. Is that the same as the Famicom Punch Out game does? I'm not sure, but I'm guessing it is similar to the Famicom one. So there's a couple strange things. One is that I think the date codes on the chips were like relatively close to Mike Tyson Punch Out coming out, and it's weird that the game seems so unfinished for how close it was to launch. It has the wrong product code on the chip. It has like something -PO, and that's not Punch Out. It has like the Famicom code for Puyan, which is PO, rather than Punch Out. And people were just like, oh, well, they were grabbing chips and all that. I'm like, that's
entirely possible
to grab the Puyan chips when that also has PO codes, huh?
That seems like a reasonable accident to happen. But it also seems like somebody who was faking something. That's something that they could mistake. I get why there's skepticism. I don't know. If Frank Cifaldi says it's real, then I believe that guy, I guess, because...
Yeah, I didn't disassemble this and look at the code and all that, and I'm sure this was looked at with a bunch of scrutiny because of how nice it is. There was also a very funny post on...
People don't trust things that look too nice for old games, just so you guys know. If the audience didn't know, that's something that collectors are automatically skeptical of.
I mean, man, if you haven't seen this, just either go on Video Game Stage or Heritage Auctions, and you'll just... Seeing a black box Punch Out cartridge, you think of an NES prototype, and most of them are a fucking, like, a Staples label on a blank cartridge, and someone hand wrote, like, Castlevania on it. That's a Castlevania prototype, which was a very expensive prototype, because prototypes don't sell for that much. Sold for, like, $3,500 on Heritage Auctions, and the cartridge just has a fucking plain white label, and someone hand wrote Castlevania on it. It's fucking Castlevania. That should be like a absolutely A-tier prototype that you would want to own. And because this is going to sell for multiple times that just because of how nice the label looks.
It is crazy. It's crazy, this thing. Like, I don't know. I haven't read the whole story, like where it was found or how it exists, but it's crazy that it exists. And now I just hope they find the Zelda one.
Right, there's no way. Right, there's no way they're gonna find the Zelda one.
I mean, back then they used to make, like, for a long time they would make the fake mock-up boxes, so that box might exist somewhere.
I guess, but again, like, man, if they find a Zelda, I'm just gonna be like, these are all fake. Shut up. There's no black box Zelda prototype. If there was one, it would have been found before 2026. The crazy part is that this was found in 2026.
World's a big place. Lots of little cracks and crevices for things to disappear into.
So speaking of fake stuff, so I would just, I guess it's real. I mean, it's graded and looked at by people way smarter than me. What do I know? Right now it's on Heritage at $5,200. My guess is that this is going to go for $22,000, which is a ridiculous price for an NES prototype, but I don't think prototype collectors are the people in the market for this. Someone with a cool black box collection or someone with a $200,000 sealed Punch Out is going to buy this, I think. And
22,000, you think?
22,000. That's more than a Super Mario Brothers 3 prototype sold for. Like,
I'm taking the over.
You're thinking over 22,000?
Yeah.
All right. I mean, I could totally see that. There was a guess on Video Game Stage, the forum, that this would go for like $2,000 or $3,000. I'm like, there's no fucking way, dude. I'll give you $3,000 right now for this.
Done. Deal. Sure. If they want 2,000, hey, look, let's meet in the middle at 2,500. I got you, dog. Right? Let's go.
Dude, like, there was a point in like 2021, 2022 where 5-screw Tysons were going for that price.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, if anybody knows the guy and he is taking $2,000, let him know he's got a bidder in me. All right. I will settle it offline with him so he doesn't even get hit any of those fees.
All right.
I'll fly to you.
Yeah, I'm putting on the record $22,800 because I am kind of I'm pretty good with my shots at high price video games.
You've been pretty good. This
I
is true.
would go higher, but prototypes never sell for big money.
But it's got the box.
It doesn't have a box.
Oh, I thought you said it had the box.
No,
too.
the label of the cartridge is a black box.
Is
Oh,
the
dude,
box.
if it had a box, are you kidding me? It had a mock-up box and the mock-up label? That would be insane.
That's what I thought you were saying. I was
That
like,
would be
God.
like really one of it. I mean, it already is
Still.
one of a kind stuff, but like, yeah, you'd never see something like that.
Still. You put. I would be sending that to get graded.
Another thing that happened recently is someone on Reddit found like a dozen really nice, pretty early NES sealed games. And like one of them was like a hang tab Super Mario Brothers. Like really nice stuff. And of course, there's some people in the comments that are like, don't grade it. Grading it's a scam. You should open it and document the contents for history. Like, yeah, I found $200,000 worth of video games. Let me open it for the history, guys.
You know, I think Cheat Code Weekly just did a video on Reddit and if they still hate graded games. And I think the universal answer was yes. But what I think they forgot to mention in that is that Reddit still doesn't know shit about collecting games either. And that's not the place to be for collecting games. Look, I know a lot of us have been there. Some people are still posting there. But man, it's not that there isn't smart people there. It's just you get drowned out by all the people who are not. Just like the real world. So don't go there for advice.
They actually do touch on that. They do say the people on Reddit are not game collectors. They are gamers, which is fine. It's just don't hate on people in the game collecting Reddit if they're just buying games to collect them, because whatever.
It's just not the crowd. It's not for it. Look, Reddit has a bunch of specific forums for collectings of other things, but video game people, it's just not for you. It's just got a bunch of people who don't like you for collecting games, especially if they don't like if you just collect games, and if you grade a game, heaven help you.
Then you could never play it.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
Break it out of its coffin, set it free. Shut up. God.
I'm putting my graded
mass-produced
Magic
media
Island into one of my decks. It's actually ridiculous that I have a graded island, Johnny. I need to put that into a deck and start playing with it.
Well, no. What you do is you just grade all of them. You grade every card, and then that's your deck.
Johnny, all right, one more thing. This is related to collecting, but not video games. Someone, they didn't post their name. I'm sure someone has their name. Bought 3 volumes of manga for $275,000.
Jeremy Padawar or something like that?
All right, who's that? Tell me.
I think he was the guy who was like, I don't know if he was in charge of Funko or like one of these, like something like that, or I don't know if he worked there, but he lived in the Pacific Palisades and he lost most of his collection in a fire, had an amazingly large collection. He's known to spend money on collectibles and champion them.
Okay. So he lost all his collectibles, and instead of rebuilding now, he is trying to form a new collecting category because no one buys fucking graded manga. So he's just like, you know what? Fuck all my old shit. It's time to be the spearhead of some new shit. And it was One Piece #1, Dragon Ball #1, and Naruto #1. And the One Piece and the Naruto were 9.8. The Dragon Ball was only a 9.4. Only a 9.4, and we're talking $275,000. God, you're gonna have to find the 9.8 before you make this sale. Come on, man. You're gonna look ridiculous if a 9.8 comes out now. Well, I mean,
what I would say about him is he does know a bit about collectibles. I don't know like a ton about him. I don't like watch him or anything, but I know he is informed about collectibles. Just to clarify, he was the chief branding officer of Jazzwares, which was sold to Berkshire Hathaway, Toymaker, Pokemon, and Squishmallows. He had a lot of stuff, a lot of Pokemon stuff. I think he had, I don't know, I think he had like $8 million in collectibles or something that was all insured or mostly insured. He also champions collector's insurance right now after the Palisades fire. So this guy's actually doing some solid work for us. I don't know if he's ever looked into games at all, but if he bought these, then I'm sure there's something. I don't know how much he spent or why he targeted these items in specific.
I don't know. I know people in the Get the Greg Games Discord have been, like, a couple of them have been buying manga, including Greg, and it is not for me. Which it should make sense to me because graded comics are such a big thing.
Yeah.
It's something that no one has ever really collected, and like, whatever. Yes, I'm sure there's like 3 people collecting graded manga over there, just like there's 3 people collecting graded vinyl records, but it's not like a category. This is basically the $100,000 Mario, like, okay, I'm trying to just like make this a thing now by having a headline here. Can we make this a thing? Can everyone get some FOMO? And this is going to be the next pump and dump.
Well, again, maybe that's the thing. Like, again, graded comics make sense. So, I don't know. You got some graded Junji Ito over there. Like, hey, that makes sense. I mean, manga's super popular. So why wouldn't people have it in their collections?
All right. Johnny, I don't know how to pronounce this because I never say these words out loud. Manga is manga, if you don't know, Japanese comics, basically. They're originally published in like comic strips in like these big books. I don't know what they're periodical books like Shonen Jump. And they'll have a bunch of different series that are ongoing, and that'll be the first.
Not all.
What? Not
all.
Yes, but fucking Naruto, One Piece, and Dragon Ball are.
Oh, for sure.
So this is essentially the same as a comic book trade paperback in America. It's a tankobon. So it's not the first time that Dragon Ball or One Piece was published. It was the first time a book was collected and published on its own. Which, I don't know, this really, it doesn't feel like the thing.
Maybe
is that too in the weeds to say, no, you should go get the first volume of like Shonen Jump or whatever that it was published in?
I don't know. Again, I don't know enough about manga or like what people value out of it to say that for sure. Remember, there was a time, Tyler, that's not so long ago. I know you remember that people who own trade paperbacks, they were like, like real comic book collectors thumb their noses at those people, right? Remember?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But now, like certain like collected editions and nice editions have become expensive and collectible.
Because they look nice.
Even though they're not the thing. Yeah, I get it. So I don't know. Again, like, because things shift. I don't know what the, like tonally, what it feels like over there for those kind of collectors. So maybe maybe this is a giant, like a big oof, like this guy's a real idiot. I can't believe he did this. Or maybe some people are like, damn, I wish I would have thought of that. I don't know which it is.
He says he's a 10x in 10-year collector who follows my passions into categories I deeply understand. You know, I think we should start calling ourselves 10x and 10-year collectors. Yeah, we're really really collecting the 10x the value of all this shit within 10 years.
Oh, well, video games aren't it. We know that. Even in the boom, we did 10x.
No, it depends what you bought. I mean, if you bought the nicest stuff, fucking, what's the thing? The Daydreamin' Davy in like 2021 sold for over $10,000. I am 100% sure whoever bought that did not pay $1,000 for it.
Oh, yeah. I like seal collectors. I'm talking about normal video game collectors.
Oh, yeah.
Like just, we did not do that. Our video game collection did not 10x.
But he's trying to be the top of the market. He's trying to buy the $100,000 Mario here. And I guess, you know, in that sense, the $100,000 sticker seal Mario isn't the thing either, because it's neither a first print, and also it doesn't take into account the Japanese one. He's buying the Japanese manga here.
Yeah. Again, I don't know. Maybe. Dude's got money, so there's that.
We're probably some of the only people talking about this because there are not many articles about this. So we're doing him a real favor here. Everyone go FOMO, buy manga, make this guy rich. He needs to sell these 3 books for $3 million by 2036.
He's already rich. I think he is a rich guy.
Yeah, but we need to... Johnny, it's the pump and dump. We got to do the pump. Come on. He says...
well, can you wait until I get some, like, graded Junji Ito books over here,
nope.
please?
See, the people in the Discord, in Greg's Discord, they're like, oh, it's over now. Because they're all, like, hunting for underpriced, like, Dragon Ball 1s and stuff. Also, there's, like, fake Dragon Ball 1s on the market. Greg bought a fake Dragon Ball 100% fake volume of manga. How crazy is that?
Okay.
Think of how niche that market is. How many fake Action Comics 1s do you see? Like, I don't know. Is that like a huge problem? Like 100% fake comic books? I know altered books are a problem. But like an entire fake, like they're pretty thick, big books. You're going to give an entire fake one? That's crazy. Like specifically faking a first print of manga. Enough people are collecting that to fake it? That's crazy.
I mean, that kind of tells me that there's already a market, right?
I mean, there must be, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting.
The books came from Grail Monster, who is the guy who sold the Willy Wonka. Are they Willy Wonka? The Golden Ticket 2-pack Funko Pops for $200,000. Another great deal. I'm sure people just don't see the value in the $200,000 Funko Pop, and those that I'm a 10x and 10-year collector. Those are going to be that's a $2 million Funko Pop right there.
Oh man. What would you rather be? The guy who bought those comics or the guy who bought those Funkos?
Oh, the comics. What? These are actually culturally significant. Like, I'm not...
Okay.
I think that I'll never be integrated manga. I'm 100% sure of that. But, like, yeah, like Dragon Ball, Naruto, One Piece, like, especially One Piece, I'm sure there's all kinds of records that One Piece has broken in terms of media. And like, you know how the Pokemon people are always like, oh, Pokemon's the biggest franchise ever. If you look at this list of the biggest franchises ever, I'm sure in terms of like published fiction or something, like One Piece tops a whole bunch of different metrics.
They usually say brand. And I think Pokemon still comes out on top, but I don't think by much. People are like, Pokemon is the biggest selling brand. I'm like, well, Disney is still technically a brand, so I don't know. Like, they subdivide everything owned by Disney. And I'm always like, that feels a little weird.
Johnny, just to give you an update here, One Piece is, in fact, the best-selling manga ever, the best-selling comic series in volume format, the highest initial print run of any book in Japan, most comics published by the same series by a single author, best-selling manga for 11 consecutive years from 2008 to 2018, and the only series with 3 million initial prints over 10 years. I don't know what that means.
So, One Piece, very popular.
It's very popular.
There's a One Piece card game that's been exploding in popularity and price. One Piece is becoming a force over here as well.
It is.
We've got Legos. We've got One Piece Legos now. We've got like a second season of the live action show. One Piece is here. It's arrived. I
know absolutely nothing about One Piece. I watched the original Dragon Ball and a little bit of Dragon Ball Z, Gianni. I don't know. I don't even know. The main character's name is Luffy. It's probably Luffy or Luffy or something like that. I don't even know what his voice sounds like.
They're all monkey to Luffy's.
All right. Cool.
Yep.
Should we be investing in One Piece video games?
I did get an expensive One Piece video game for the GBA not so long ago.
An American one?
Yeah, it's like $500.
What? Oh, well, I guess it makes sense now. But what's the game? Just One Piece?
It's One Piece. I don't even remember its full title.
Okay, so there's One Piece. Yeah, One Piece is the only one that came out in America, and then there was also Dragon Dream in Japan, and Going Baseball in Japan, and Berry King in Japan, and Nanatsu Islands in Japan. All of those are GBA games.
Yeah, no, this is just One Piece. I don't know the exact price. $400 or $500, something like that.
That makes sense. Sometimes, like, the Ultimate Muscle games are kind of expensive, and who fucking cares about that? So it makes sense that One Piece is expensive.
Well, and here's a tip. There's like 2 or 3 of them on the GameCube, and one of them comes with a card. You should make sure you get it with the card.
I'm surely not a trading card. Like for the game. The game wasn't out yet, right?
A trading card.
That game was already out in like 2006?
No, so this is like a different version. So I think the first one was Show and Jump's One Piece, and that maybe this is just One Piece, or maybe they just did a new version of it. You know how there's been like 5 Star Wars games.
Yeah.
This is just a new One Piece game. This is not the same one, but there is a One Piece game. It comes with one of Luffy's treasures.
Cool. Everyone go out and get that. This guy's going to sell this manga for $3 million. You better get all your One Piece stuff before that happens.
Well, that and the trading card games exposing. Just saying, if you're getting this stuff, make sure you get it with the card. If that GBA game, even the cart is like $150 now or something. It's ridiculous.
I will say, I am so happy that I don't feel FOMO for this, because when there's a bunch of interest in something that I am interested in, like, let's say, just go back to the obvious one, when the $100,000 Mario sales, it's like, oh, that's ridiculous. And then the back of your mind's like, oh no. Even if people think this is ridiculous, everybody's looking for stuff now. And like now, if you want like good One Piece stuff, you're like, oh no, even if I think this is stupid, everybody else is like, but what if? And then you guys got to create a self-fulfilling prophecy in your FOMO, which is the goal of a big flashy sale like this. So I'm really happy that I don't care about any of this, Johnny. It's nice to just sit back and relax.
The GameCube game is One Piece Grand Battle. And on the back of the box, it says, find Luffy's hidden treasure, one of 3 game pieces inside. And here's what I don't know. I don't know if there's 3 possible game pieces that can be included in these, or if there's just one and the other ones are in different media.
Johnny,
so
every single GameCube collector knows that, and you're embarrassing yourself.
I don't think every single one knows. I believe the Adventure of the East Blue Sea is the card that I do know exists. I had to go check my notes.
All right. Do you see? I see this game's like a $50 game, $40 game.
It's not that expensive, but if you get it with the card, it's probably going to be $100.
All right. I'm looking for one with the card just so I have something to talk about here.
Okay. Good luck.
Is it really that hard to find? Oh, a sealed copy sold for $150, $120, so it can't be that much with the card. Yeah, here's one with the card for $85, $75.
Oh, really? That's great. I would buy that.
Yeah, I think the $75 and $80 with the card, and then sealed $120 to $150. That's in the realm where I would, if I had an opportunity to buy a $120 sealed one over a $75 complete with the card, I would just buy it sealed.
And
less than half the price, especially for like something with like a franchise people care about. That seems worth it, because I'm a 10x in 10 years type collector.
Well, yeah, if you want to be one of those 10x collectors, that's what you should be doing.
All right, Gianni, what else is going on? Let's I guess this is just an episode of just a bunch of things. So what
Yeah, no,
we're coming back. It's been a while. I need to get back in the swing of what video games are.
Yeah. We're throwing a softball to Tyler, let him get his sea legs back. We'll be back. Don't worry. Soon it will be 4 a.m. and we'll be recording and dying and that we've gone for 5 hours. Don't worry. It's coming back.
All right.
Tyler, another thing happened, and you can tell me how you feel about this. Which one of these dummies was it? Was it, I say dummy, like they aren't like these super rich guys that are doing way better than me. Logan Paul, Jake Paul, I forget which one. Not the one who got his
Logan
face
Paul is the one who does the grifting in collectibles. Okay. So that's the one.
So that grifter one, he sold his Illustrator Pokemon, and there was it was part of a fractional share thing, and he had to buy it back. You can read up on all of the nonsense that is this, and how big the grift was, and whether he was a CEO. There's all kinds of YouTube videos on that. I'm not the guy to talk to you about it. But what came out of this is after that, he was talking about things he was interested and might get into. And he said, hey, I might get into sealed games. I think it was like an offhanded comment or something. I think Get the Greg, they did a video on it. I'm not going that far down, but I'm wondering if him saying that will convince anybody. I hope not.
I mean, so the thing with the graded video game pump, and I'm calling it the pump, let's be real here. It does not have a face behind it that young people that are dumb would look up to. And that's what Pokemon has. Pokemon has all of these fucking YouTube channels and influencers that people of all ages recognize, especially young, dumb people with money, and they pay attention to them. And I'm sorry, the average kid is not watching Get the Greg Games, the only sealed video game influencer. Like, is there another one? Greg has like 30,000 subscribers on YouTube, which is fine for a small channel. That's a good channel, but it's not a fucking Logan Paul or Gary Vee telling people to like the types of guys you want doing to make your shit go to the moon are the types of people who could sell you an NFT. And like the people I'm thinking of, like Logan Paul and like Gary Vee, those are literally people who have sold people NFTs and people still listen to them. That is how insane their fan bases are. Imagine selling someone an NFT and you still have a fan base a year later. Like, what the fuck? And Logan Paul obviously has scammed his followers like multiple times with stupid bullshit like this. But
yeah, we could not get away with that.
Yeah, no, if we sold NFTs, I think we would be canceled, Johnny.
Yeah. I would, if we sold NFTs, I would cancel us.
Because, Johnny, NFTs are bad for the environment. Just look at this printout from ChatGPT.
Good one, Tyler. That's a joke about water waste.
So he sold his Illustrator or whatever. And I guess that there's I didn't watch this video. I was in Japan when it came out. So there's speculation that he might have bought a $124,000 Pokemon Red. Like, fucking, if you have a $16 million Pokemon card, yeah, it makes a lot of fucking sense to own a $100,000 copy of the video game, don't you think? So I don't know, is he into sealed video games or is he into sealed Pokemon games? Because I would bet he's into sealed Pokemon games.
I would imagine it would be Pokemon. I would think if there's any flexing right now in the market, it would be around Pokemon. But if he shows up with a stack of games and one of them is not just a Pokemon game, we might be in trouble. Or as the kids say, chat, I think we're cooked.
Oh, man. What if because he has like unlimited money, essentially. He doesn't give a shit. What if he is one of the people buying like Xbox One Fortnites and he's like, bro, it's the first Fortnite. I was trying to say a Gen Z thing after that, but I don't know what Gen Z says. But, what if he's going after like garbage? What if he gets like the first Minecraft on Xbox 360?
You mean the code, the factory code?
No, the Minecraft Xbox 360 edition, Johnny.
The
first physical-ish Minecraft, though, is a Minecraft gift card, which I only have a second print Minecraft gift card. I looked for a long time. I found my gift card on it was like one of these Etsy like knockoff site Postmark. It was like somewhere that should not have been selling anything related to video games. It was being sold as like
Poshmark.
Poshmark, right? Yes. It was being sold as like a thing you could do crafts with because it was a used gift card. I'm like, oh, fuck, an early print Minecraft gift card, finally. I'm still looking for my first print, Johnny. But it's crazy that in a world where like a Pokemon card from 2016 or something you'll see sell for $200,000 and a Pokemon video game has never sold for that. It makes no sense to me.
Yes. Did you also see the Judy Hopps? Do you know who Judy Hopps is?
What? Explain this to me.
Okay. Judy Hopps is a character from the movie Zootopia.
Oh, it's the modern day Lola Bunny. Got it.
Yeah. And I forget, let's see, I've got to find it. But the auction, I don't know if it closed. Oh man, I think Greg was looking at this too. This guy, we're just stealing his content, or he's stealing all the stuff I was going to talk about, but you weren't here for a month, so I got forced to wait. I think it was a 9 or something. I can't remember. Maybe it was a 10, but it sold for almost as much as that Mario, like as much as the $50,000 Mario, or it was going to be more than the $50,000 Mario.
Where did this sell?
Where did it sell? Maybe it was Heritage or Golden, one of these two.
It's a card? Was it like a
yes? It's a
Lorcana card?
No. It's a Topps. I think it's a Disney 100. No, not a Disney 100. What is this? Disney Icon? No, Disney 100 Chrome.
So just a trading card sold for tens of thousands of dollars of Judy fucking Hopps.
Over 50,000.
Oh, it's the 1-of-1 Superfractor, though. You gotta get the details right here. So a PSA 9 Judy Hopps Superfractor sold for $56,000. What? I don't get it.
This happened
you. Like a couple weeks ago. I don't get it, Johnny.
1, it's cards. 2, it's Disney. Never underestimate the power of Disney selling product.
This card came out in 2023, by the way. It's a character that doesn't even exist. It's not a rookie card in the sports sense, but a key Judy Hopps and key character card from the first mainstream Topps Chrome Disney 100 releases. It came out in 2023, dude. Like, what? When did Zootopia come out? Like 2012?
Maybe. Maybe after that. Maybe 2015.
If you're an investor and you invest in like the wrong thing, let's say you bought, I don't know, Daydream and Davy
Judy
for
Hopps.
$10,000 thinking it's going to go up in value because it's rare. It must be so frustrating to see a 2023 Judy Hopps trading card go for $56,000, knowing how wrong you were.
This is like right when the Mario sold. It's like, yeah, and there's a bunch of like these Disney 100 boxes and they sell like, see people opening them and they're like, I got the signature card and this is like $10,000. I'm just like, what is happening?
There's got to be some kind of like nihilistic, there's a word for it where people just give up on life and put all their money into cards because it makes them feel a small measure of happiness.
There is a guy who goes to my local shop who I think he buys mostly Pokemon, but he's like, yeah, I just like to feel something. And he spends a lot of money. I think he has some money to spend, but it's crazy. It's crazy to watch.
On
as someone who is not, on sealed product and just rips
I get that because there's the gambling aspect and I understand being addicted to gambling. I fucking love it. I love blowing up a boss in Diablo. I love spinning a slot machine. Those are great. Loot boxes. Perfect. But buy it.
Did you let's quote Tyler, loot boxes, perfect.
Yes. They're psychologically addicting. I love being psychologically addicted. And the fun part of opening up a pack of Magic cards, when you pull something and it's worth like $200, it's like, holy shit, that's the exciting part for me. Buying something for $200, I just think, what crazy person is buying this for $200? I don't want to buy it. I want to open up that $4 pack and crack open a $200 card.
It does feel good when you open something real expensive.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter that I opened up $400 worth of packs to get one card. I mean, it's not going to be worth $200 because $4 packs don't have $200 cards, but you know what I mean.
Oh, no. This, like, I opened, I told you, I bought 2 boxes of that Riftbound game, and I was playing with my buddy, and we opened a $1,000 card, and then I bought a box of the new set when it came out, and then I opened an $800 card. It was crazy. Regular packs, not special weird packs. It was just like, I bought this shit at MSRP.
So there's a very limited number of video games that have ever sold for $100,000. That's like a huge bar to clear. Even $10,000 is a pretty big bar to clear in the grand scheme of video games. And just like a card no one's ever heard of. It's the Judy Hopps Chrome Superfractor number 17. $56,000.
Don't forget.
What are you doing? What are you doing buying manga? You should be all in on trading cards. It's obviously always going to be trading cards, guys.
Why aren't you buying the Disneyland 100 cards, where you can get like special versions, fracture foils of Disney theme park areas? What are we even doing?
Johnny, my 2-week trip to Japan was cheaper than my 1-week trip to Disney World, and I went like kind of all out on my trip to Japan.
That is because you did not go to Disneyland while you were in Japan.
I didn't, because that seemed like a little bit of a waste. I want to be there for the Japanese
there
culture.
And you're there. Did you go to Pokemon Kanto?
Are you kidding
or
me?
what?
No, you can't get tickets to that shit. I couldn't go to the Nintendo Museum either because I couldn't get tickets. I didn't win like the ticket lottery. And like, I wasn't that mad about it. I just wanted to take pictures of the condition of their games and be like, as the museum, look at how bad the condition of their games is.
Can you say museum again, please?
Oh yeah, sorry. It's one of the. I don't say capture correctly either.
Museum.
Museum.
No, I kind of like it. Just wonder what the hell was happening. I'm like, did I hear you wrong or
what I did do is I went to the Pokemon Center in Tokyo, and they've got a wall with a bunch of boxed Pokemon games, and all of them are 100% blown out from UV damage. And I can't.
Nice.
It's not facing the sun, so I think it's just the fluorescent. There's so many fluorescent lights in the room, and they've been there long enough that it's blown out the reds on all the boxes.
All right, well, stop. Let's. Are you ready to get into it? Because that's what I got questions about.
I mean, I don't. How much? It's not like I went to Japan to buy video games. If you're going to Japan to buy video games, don't. It's a terrible idea.
Stop.
All right,
I got questions.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
You ready?
I'm ready. Let's go.
Okay. So, how many game stores did you go to while you were there?
Most of them were just in Akihabara. I mean, I went to all the ones that people have heard of. I went to Hard Off, Book Off, Surugaya, Beep,
Potato or whatever.
Super Potato. There's a big one, Mandarake, and there's a bunch of these, so there's multiple. I mean, I probably went to 15 game stores, let's say.
Okay, and what was the first place you went?
A no-name. It was called like Retro
Doesn't
Games
matter.
Japan or something.
Okay, what was your first impression when you walked in there?
I mean, a lot of the stores in Japan are really small. They'll be like the size of your office, like in width, and they'll go back a bit, and they'll be like 8 stories tall. It's very skinny and tall stores in Japan. But I mean, first impression is kind of exactly what I expected from a Japanese video game store. They have a ton of like bagged cartridges. They love bagging their cartridges so they don't get damaged. And, a ton of mediocre complete in box Famicom, mediocre complete in box Super Famicom, some okay stuff, not as much N64 because N64 wasn't as popular in Japan. And then just a shitload of discs from every generation.
All right. I got more questions. I got
yeah.
I got follow-ups. All right. Now you've been in multiple stores now, and I want broader questions. Did the Japanese retro market, did it feel like there was more retro games than you expected? Did you feel like the market was bigger than you expected, or did it seem smaller?
I mean, it's insane how many retro game stores they can support, and there are like people in all of them. Because you go to a video game store in America, and if it's a retro video game store, you're probably the only person in there, unless it's like a Saturday. But all these places were obviously people in every single store, every single aisle, and not just tourists, but probably like a third of them were tourists, and then a lot of Japanese people there too. Is it bigger or smaller than I expected? I will say my impression of Japanese game stores from what I saw online, and I'm talking 10, 20 years ago, I've seen a lot of footage where they'll show like the Super Famicom section. And of course, all their games, they're all complete in box and incredible. And they'll pan over and there'll be 15 copies of double stacked Chrono Triggers and like Super Mario RPGs and all this great stuff. And I was thinking that if I went to enough stores, I would eventually see that. And there is none of that, man. On like the tourist routes, if you're going to like Tokyo, you're not going to find... maybe a store will have one copy of a game like Super Mario RPG, one $150 copy of Chrono Trigger. I didn't see, in the video game specific stores, I didn't see a single complete in box copy of Super Mario Brothers. The only place I saw Super Mario Brothers was a Book Off, which is more of like a secondhand bookstore that also sells video games. I thought, like, you know, in your mind, you're like, all right, I'm kind of the savvy video game collector. I'm going to spot like some first print stuff or like some really nice condition stuff that people are overlooking. Fucking no, you're not, because there are 100,000 tourists who go through these stores every single day, and they're like, oh, Mario, I know what that is. Oh, Chrono Trigger. And they pick it up and they buy it, and so that stuff just isn't there. So the stuff that is there is like a lot of mediocre B-tier stuff that tourists don't know what it is. Oh, a Romancing Saga 3, great. No one wants to buy a Romancing Saga 3. It's not worth the space in your luggage.
Whoa. There are some people who are very offended you just said that.
No, whatever.
Okay. Would you say there was more retro games or more modern stuff? And I hate both of these words because they don't really give a good descriptor, but...
It's hard for me to say because I only went into the stores that I know focus on retro stuff. I guess more retro. Like I wasn't really, there weren't like huge aisles of like PS5 and GameCube games and stuff like that. So yeah, it was definitely more retro stuff.
Okay, well, let's cut it off. Let's say, was there more pre-Xbox from PlayStation 2? Was there more pre-PS2 stuff or more PS2 and post?
Probably about the same. There's a lot of fucking. There's so many PS2 games, Johnny.
Yeah, I just
so that if you said it was PS2 and below, it's definitely more PS2 and below. Yeah, which is good. That's the stuff I collect. I didn't look at disc games because like I don't have time to, start pulling every single game out of the shelf or like hold Google Lens up to a thing because all the spines look the same. You can't even like recognize a spine. So forget it. I'm sure there were all kinds of cheap shooters and cool games I passed.
I think you answered this one mainly, but you thought it was mostly locals or people native to Japan buying. I think there was tourists, but not as many.
Yeah. I think in Super Potato seemed like mostly tourists. For whatever reason, it might just be that Westerners know the name Super Potato because they've been around for so long. Super Potato is the store. They have you'd think of it like this amazing, like huge store. Cause like a lot of people listening to this have heard of Super Potato. It's like a fucking hole in the wall. It's on like floors 2 and 3 of a random building. And they've got a little display case with some cool Famicom stuff in it. And they used to have the 1 of 8 Mega Man 4 contest prize cartridge. And they had it listed for like some ridiculously low price by today's standards. It was listed for like $5,000 or something. And that's gone now. And now they do have a bunch of cool Famicom like contest prize stuff, like the Dragon Ball Z contest prizes, which are nowhere near as rare as the Mega Man 4, but they're not for sale. I would have bought them at basically any price just to say I bought it in Japan, but not a lot. I would have bought kind of anything super rare because I was on vacation and willing to just blow money, but like there was no rare stuff really.
And you answered this. Stores did feel more picked over.
So it's a very different feel from how American stores feel picked over. Like in America, I walk into a store and it's all like old stuff is all cartridges. And like there's the display case is just like, oh, here's our 20 complete in box Nintendo games that we have at all. And that's how they feel picked over. These aren't picked over for all the complete in box stuff. There's still a lot of complete in box stuff. It's just none of the super rare stuff and none of the stuff that tourists would recognize, I think.
Now that you've been there, we know what prices look like when we are bidding on Yahoo auctions and, we're looking at Seragaya online and stuff. How did it feel in store when you were there? Like, was it more expensive or less expensive? Because we always think, oh man, if I was just there buying it, it must be so much cheaper.
My eyeball for the prices was that things were slightly higher than they would be on Yahoo auctions, probably pretty similar to how American stores are priced. It definitely wasn't like I wasn't going and buying, like $4 complete in box Super Famicom games or anything like that. I only bought 2 games, to be clear. I bought a Monaco Grand Prix for the Sega SG-1000, which I saw and I'm like, and like the nerd in me, it's like, oh, that's the only home port of this game. So I bought that. And then I bought Das Boot, which is one of the earliest Koei games released for the PC 88, PC 8001, something like that.
You just couldn't help yourself. You're just like, I really got to buy a Japanese sub game right now.
I would have bought
about a German movie.
I mean, I love Das Boot. I would have bought any like cool computer games. I mean, I was really there looking for computer games, and like I kind of knew like how many places are going to have computer games, and I was right. They didn't. Some places had MSX games. A lot of places had Neo Geo AES games. Like I knew that was more common in Japan, but like every retro game store has complete in box Neo Geo AES games. There's just like a section.
No,
it's just like how
you just keep answering my questions.
Yeah, I know. I'm jumping ahead, but like how our game stores have a Sega Saturn section, and they're like, oh, they got 15 Sega Saturn games. That's cool. They just have Neo Geo AES games like that in every store.
Okay, I'll follow up to that. So yeah, you saw some Neo Geo, but was there that one system that for whatever reason every store you went into just has a wall of like that you're not used to seeing, like, well, like say like PC Engine or something? Did you see like, did every store have a PC Engine wall?
Yeah, every store has a PC Engine wall, a Saturn wall. They had really everything. There was no like, oh, this store is really focused on the older stuff. The store has more newer stuff. Everything had like a pretty good variety. They're not video game racists like we are in America, where you walk into a store and it's like, oh, there's no Atari games because Atari sucks. Atari's for old men.
Oh, they're just actual racists.
They kind of had everything. And the only store that felt different, I think, was Beep. If you're in Akihabara, you need to go to Beep. Beep definitely is focused on older stuff and more computer stuff and a little bit more on the hardware side too. It's like this fucking tiny basement store, but it's really fucking cool. It's the only place that had like an actual shelf of PC 88 games, and I didn't even buy any of them.
So they had walls of pretty much everything. That's cool to hear. But you would say in your experience, like the idea of, you know, lots of guys in the collecting who like Japanese stuff, they have that vision that like, I'm going to take a trip to Japan and all it is going to be is me buying games. Is that not realistic? Would it, you just save your flight money and get on Yahoo auctions?
I wasn't there to, I mean, like I said I went to 15 video game stores, and like most of that was in one day in Akihabara. Like I wasn't going to Japan to buy video games. If you're there to fill up a suitcase, like you can, I just don't think you're going to find what you want unless you go way off the beaten trail. Like everyone says that, like, oh, you're not going to find anything in the cities. And I kind of agree with that. I don't think you're going to be filling up on like even like bulk decent Famicom and Super Famicom games. Like it's going to be a bunch of RPGs that you don't know what they are, and like horse racing games and shit. Like there's a lot of it, but like I don't think you care about any of it because you care about the stuff that you connect with, like the Chrono Triggers and the Yoshi's Island and all that. And that's all the stuff that was missing.
Okay, so
maybe I didn't look through the Sega Saturn stuff and the PC Engine stuff. Like maybe you could do better there. Like, but it definitely didn't seem like the prices didn't seem like, oh, I'm going to go to Japan and get all the cheap stuff. Like maybe in like 2020 when everything just kicked off, maybe you'd be able to go and pick up like all the first print Super Mario Brothers before anyone cared about that. But Johnny, you know, I was on vacation, meaning I basically no budget. I'm just like there to have fun. And I bought 2 video games. Johnny, I'm willing to buy some Japanese video games, and I bought 2 video games. So
I know.
I would have came home with a suitcase full of video games if that was the thing. But it was just like, it was all right. I think you'll do much better on Yahoo auctions.
This is what I'm teasing out of you. I know the answers, but I want you to say it to the people, Tyler.
Yeah.
So you did mention the condition of games, and that's not just a myth, right? Condition generally just so much better there. You didn't look over and be like, it's not just like a lie that we get sold to in YouTube videos. There isn't like just like, oh no, actually, if you turn the corner here, everything is damaged and missing its manual, and this doesn't have a box. Like generally things are more complete and of a higher condition.
Absolutely. I mean, it's not this magical thing where every single game is near mint, but like we're talking maybe 1/3 to half of all games were boxed, that's insane. You would never see that in an American store. Half the NES games are boxed compared to cartridge. That'd be nuts.
Yeah. Let's see. What else do I have here? Did you see any graded games while you were there?
I'm going to say no, because I almost definitely would have taken a picture of it. I would have thought it was very funny. There are graded games that pop up on Yahoo auctions, and I don't know who they're selling to because they're graded by American companies. So there will be like Japanese graded VGA games for sale on Yahoo auctions. I don't think I saw any in Japan though.
And
I don't think I saw anything graded anything. Oh, actually, there's probably graded cards, but I wasn't paying attention to them.
well,
In Akihabara,
that's
like
true.
a third of the shops are like trading card shops now. It's crazy. Just tons of
I was gonna
shops
ask
only
about-
selling Pokemon cards and stuff.
It's crazy that they have just like on one street they'll have 2 shops selling just Pokemon cards. You're like, it's like Starbucks there. It's crazy.
Yeah. I don't care.
Look, I want to see it. I want to see it. Let's see. Where are the rest of my questions? Okay. Let's see. Did you see anything that you didn't know existed? Were you like, oh my God, what is this? I've never seen this. How many of those moments did you have?
Things I didn't know existed. I mean, no, I was browsing quickly. I was trying to find PC games and I was trying to find rare stuff, specifically like rare Famicom, Super Famicom, like contest prize type stuff, promo stuff. I didn't see a lot. The only things this wasn't something I didn't know existed. There's like more N64 disk drive stuff than I would have expected. Like half the stores had like a pretty decent selection of N64 disk drive stuff, like Mario Artist and the F-Zero X expansion and all that kind of stuff. No, like I wanted to go in and I wanted to just I don't want to look at all your fucking bulk PS1 and PS2 games. I just want to look at your display case where all your really good expensive stuff is. And I tried to find that in every store, and most of the time I was like, this stuff's okay. So, not really. The best the only place that had like the kind of thing that an American collector would find exciting was Super Potato. And it was those Dragon Ball Z promo games, or the contest prize games, that weren't even for sale. And they had a complete in-box copy of Rekka, a loose copy of Rekka. They might have had a Archimedes Gradius, which is a ramen noodle promo version of Gradius, but that was loose, I think.
That's pretty cool.
And then they had one of the Famicom disk system. The Nintendo ran a bunch of contests in Japan, and the top 1,000, I think, is top 1,000 or 10,000 would win these prizes that came in these little yellow disc-coon cases. And so there were 2 golf games that came in that case, a stationary set, and a Game & Watch. It was like a Super Mario Brothers Game & Watch that was only a contest prize. And they had Super Potato has a huge selection of Game & Watch, like an entire wall of boxed and loose Game & Watch consoles. Like, I've never seen this many Game & Watches in one place. I don't think even in a photo. And they had 2 of those, but they were priced at like $3,000. I wasn't about to buy a fucking promo rare Game & Watch for $3,000. I was ready to spend stupid money, but not like that's like higher.
Not
than
on Game & Watch. Yeah. Did the stores feel more like they were for gamers or for collectors?
Oh, that's a good question. I don't know. Do Japanese people play their games? Like, they don't have the space to just collect junk. Surely they have to appreciate this stuff more than we do. We're just like, we're terrible. This hobby is terrible. We're just buying stuff to try to feel dopamine, to try to make us feel something in our modern old age. I mean, it was all old stuff, so I imagine it's for collectors. Unless you're like a super nerd, it's got to be collectors.
I mean, the store presentation might have lent that to you too. Like, you can kind of tell when you walk into a retro store here who they're selling to.
I guess. I mean, the answer is they're always selling to GameCube collectors if I walk into a retro store here. But no, I mean, they're all these like cramped games stacked to the ceiling type places. Like the closest thing to in America, if you've ever been to Video Games New York, which is like a Japanese like import store in New York, that's very cramped, and it feels like they have just like treasure buried in because it's like so tight and packed in there. Everything feels like that.
Okay, so it felt more like a retail space than like a flea market retail space rather than like some museum-y type store.
Yeah, I'd say most places felt like that. I think Mandarake has everything inside glass cases, and you have to like go get staff to open cases for you. And I'm like, I'm not dealing with fucking that. Get out of here.
Okay. Did you see any children buying games, or was it all adults?
There are definitely people younger than me in their 20s looking through like, Famicom, Super Famicom stuff. I didn't see a lot of children at all in Tokyo. I mean, I was there like obviously during the week too, so like, they would have been in school, but like at night, weeknight, like the streets are still packed. I didn't see kids anywhere. Like the youngest kids I saw were like high school kids probably. So no like children. I mean, that's not too surprising. I'm looking at fucking Super Famicom games, but yeah.
All right, I'm going more into culture. Did the stores feel more organized than American stores? And if so, how were they organized?
What? That's the same. I mean, it was all the loose stuff together, all the complete and box stuff together.
No, was it like alphabetical? Did they put stuff by series? Like some places, like usually it's like separated by system. A lot of them have alphabetical, but sometimes things are very well organized and you can tell. And other times it's just like, here's the GameCube stuff over here.
I didn't even try to consider if they were alphabetical. I mean, they're all they're nicer. Like all their complete and box games are wrapped up in plastic. That's very common when you also buy stuff on like Yahoo auctions. All their cart games are in baggies. Duplicates are usually like stacked one on top of another. So yeah, I'd say it's a little bit more organized, but whatever. Okay. I mean, I'm not there for the organization or the vibes or collector versus gamer. I'm just there for the selection. I want to know what games you fucking have.
Yeah, I'm just trying to paint some pictures so we can live vicariously through you.
All right.
Were the stores quiet?
Everything in Japan is quiet. You better not be talking in Japan.
The subways are quiet and everything, like all the public transportation is quiet, but there are some like I know if you go into like a pachinko bar or whatever, that can be a little raucous. But you go into the game stores and it's all just culturally quiet.
Yeah. What? You can walk down shopping streets, you go into game stores, you could be in a subway car with 100 people on it and no one is talking. Some of them are playing like J-rock and anime music, but yeah, it's quiet. It's nothing like being in New York, Johnny. There's a big street going down like Akihabara, but it's not like jam-packed with cars. It's just like a few cars. I'm telling you, it's the cars are the problem in our city. We just got to get rid of all the cars in this country, Johnny. They're ruining our entire lives.
I know. You've got a lot of bad takes on cars. So did the games feel more like, how do I say this? What was more the attitude, like, or how were the used games treated? You would say like, were they treated more like objects that people were going to buy and like value, or junk? You know how some used game stores you go in and like clearly they don't give a shit about it. Like they don't care about this stuff. It's just stuff for sale. And other places, I like clearly they have everything in baggies, but like, is that just cultural, or do you think there's actual, like, do you think the items were valued by the people who were selling it?
Yeah, I think everyone values all the decent stuff for sale. Even like a complete box Super Famicom horse racing game was valued in terms of how it was presented and put on a shelf. And then a lot of the stores also have junk bins. That's where I found my Das Boot. And man, I was told, and again, this was probably like 10 years ago, like, oh yeah, you want some computer games, just dig through those junk bins. They're like $2. They don't even want that shit. I paid like $30 or $40. They're probably like $35 for this Das Boot, which is, it's a cassette.
In a junk bin?
In a junk bin, yeah. And the guy was like telling me like, yeah, there's no warranty on this, right? I'm like, yeah, okay. It's like, it's junk, no warranty. I'm like, okay, I'm not playing it. Don't worry. But yeah, there are junk bins, and that's the stuff they don't care about. That's like completely thrown in there. And it like, I'm talking like Wii Fit level garbage, a lot of like third party controllers. And so the Das Boot I got was at Beep. They had like kind of a nicer junk bin with some older stuff, but like Surugaya has junk bins full of like Wii Fit balance boards and shit that are clearly, they would be happy to throw that out, but I guess they're just offering it there for people to dig through to feel like they're finding treasure.
Did you feel like the staff felt any kind of way about you coming into the store? Was it tourist friendly, or was it like, did you feel the same kind of like, this place isn't for you?
I I mean, in Akihabara, the people are clearly used to dealing with Westerners. I think everybody in Japan, on like the places that you're gonna go, because if you're going to Japan for the first time, you're not going like crazy out of the way. Everywhere you go, people will speak enough English to do their jobs. And like whatever, they'll be fine doing like Google Translate if you actually have a question for them. But like they were mostly like younger retail people who seemed like they work too much and don't care about their jobs. It was a very normal retail experience.
Okay. Good to know. All right. Right. We've covered this, but this is basically my myth section, and you're just going to we've already covered it, but you can just tell me that this was all true or all false. Japan is cheaper for retro games.
Yes. I mean, Japan's cheaper for everything. But like, yeah, if you're talking about a PS2 game in Japan versus a PS2 game in America, yeah, obviously Japan's cheaper.
Super Potato is the best retro game store.
No, I think Beep is, but I like older stuff. I mean, Super Potato's fine. They're all okay. I mean, you're just gonna go to Akihabara and go to all of them. Honestly, like some of the better selections I found were in Kyoto because I think probably fewer tourists are going to Kyoto to look for old video games.
That was my next question. That was the myth. All right. Rare games are everywhere.
There are no rare games. I would have bought anything. I would have bought games I already had. I was on the lookout for every single promo, contest, prize, rare game. The only things I found were like Rekka. And I think the Rekka, was like, did I say the price was like $3,000? And I was like, I do want to spend a lot of money on a rare game, but like, I don't even know how to authenticate Rekkas. I assume Super Potato would know how to authenticate them. They do have like, as an internet presence, they probably had the most rare Famicom stuff that I've seen, but I don't want to spend $3,000 on a Rekka. That doesn't seem like a 10x in 10 years collector thing to do. Who cares about
I love
Rekka?
that you're incorporating that. I hope you keep this going. Everything is mint, true or false?
I mean, things are pretty nice. I mean, everything's not mint,
Pretty
but
nice.
I mean, that's just the march of time since the 90s. But yeah, everything is pretty nice.
Okay. All right. And that concludes my questions for Tyler's collecting journey while he was in Japan. Hey, you did it, Tyler. You made it through the episode.
Johnny, if you're, I don't think a lot of people collect Japanese computer games, but if you see PC games for sale in Japan, because they'll be walking down the street and there'll be a store that advertises, oh, PC games are on the 8th floor. For your first hint that you shouldn't do this is that it's the 8th floor and the top floor is always porn. And the second thing is there are no PC games for sale in Japan. There are only hentai games. They don't mean like, oh, come here. We have Far Cry 5 and Counter-Strike and Half-Life 2 for you. No, they mean
come
they
here.
have wall-to-wall porn everywhere. That's what PC games means in Japan.
That's funny.
It is. And
you didn't buy a single
porn
one?
is very nicely organized. You know what? I think I didn't give enough credit to how organized their stores are compared to ours. They have separate porn floors in their stores for women and men. So you could have the women porn floor and then the men porn floor. It's great.
Okay. Well, buy your porn PC games in Japan. Don't go to Yahoo Auctions for it.
Yeah, because you look at these games and you're like, oh, I don't think I can import this. Jesus.
Yeah.
You guys think
I don't know
owning
if
the
they'll send
guy
that
game
to
is
me.
bad?
Okay. That's like I said, that's it. Should we move on to the other part of the show?
Let's move on to the other part of the show, Johnny. Another sunny afternoon asks, we got a new patron over here. New question asker.
A couple new ones.
Yeah, I know. It's cool. Which video game system is the coolest?
Coolest.
The coolest
mean
is in
coolest?
quotes.
Yeah, I'm trying to think.
So my answer definitely comes from, I guess, how long I've been collecting. But like the Sega Saturn
Say
and the
NES.
PC Engine just have like a cool factor. Like the majority of their library is Japanese. They have a lot of shooters on them. They just seem like the coolest consoles to me. I don't think they're the best to
Dreamcast.
collect compared to like some cool Nintendo stuff, but I'm going with those two. Those are like my guys in like long trench coats wearing sunglasses being like, oh, they're smoking in high school. Like they're the cool kids.
Okay.
Smoking super cool guys.
Dreamcast, the uncoolest.
The Dreamcast is the uncoolest, yes. Dreamcast is the kid who thinks he's cool, but he's not. Yeah. He's the guy who...
he's cringe.
So he's cringe. PC Engine and Saturn, they're wearing like the trench coats and they're like kind of scrubby looking and they like pull off the look. Dreamcast is the fat nerd who also wears a trench coat and thinks he looks like Neo from the Matrix.
Let's just dig in. Let's take those shots at Dreamcast whenever we can. Saturn, I think I agree with you. I think Saturn's pretty cool. I think NES might just be the coolest because it's not trying. It's just existing and people are like, man, I like that and I want it.
Yeah. I mean, the NES is always kind of a top answer. And
yeah, it just feels lame to say it.
Josh commented on our NES episode. He's like, yeah, this what did he say? He was like, yeah, this is the best podcast. I want to just collect NES and fuck all this other shit. Because NES is kind of the coolest.
Yeah. Don't worry, we'll mess it up when we do a follow-up episode talking about things on the Super Nintendo.
Johnny, another question. What happened to Johnny's voices? Okay, so another sunny afternoon. Recently going through all of the old episodes. Multiple people have asked you this, Johnny. You apparently used to do these voices way more. We're missing the top hat aristocrat voice and the nerd collector voice.
Yeah, well, there used to be this point where we weren't as well organized and I would have to, be the entertainment rather than just be the information. Like, yes, I want to be entertaining, but I don't know. I felt like it was a bit of a crutch and I felt like I was leaning on it a lot and, it felt cheap. So I dialed it back. Not that I needed to be taken more seriously, but I don't want to be like, this is the show they come to for the guy who does this voice all the time. Oh, I can't wait to tell you about video games. Let's talk about 5 screws versus 3. Like
that's perfect,
that,
Johnny.
like that's,
I'm here. It's nostalgic. Come on.
I know.
Bring back the voice. Just own it.
I think someone wanted the Fat Cat voice, yes. I am very excited to own one of one paintings. It is like a able to crop.
Johnny,
yeah.
What are you buying and what are you playing?
What am I buying? Oh, there's so many games to buy, Tyler. I don't know. There, we did some voices. What am I buying? Is that enough? Did we need more? Did somebody do? Look. New Patreons, you subscribe, I'll give you voices. I'll send you a voice note, whatever voice you want. I don't know. What did I buy? It's been so long. I know I bought stuff. I had like a whole list of things to tell you that I bought. Like, it wasn't cool stuff. I bought a copy of Monster House because it had a movie ticket in it. Yeah. I bought Pokopia, or however you say the stupid game.
Man.
But that's not a real game. It's a game card, Tyler. And that feels terrible.
But you're just playing
game
it, right?
Key card. No. My wife is playing it with my son. So, but that
counts. That game must be hitting social media hard because my wife is talking about it, and like now we're considering buying a Switch 2 just to play it, which I know is Nintendo's reason. Like that game apparently can be played on a Nintendo Switch 1. There's like a way to share it to Nintendo Switch 1s. But it's a Nintendo Switch 2 exclusive because they need some reason for you to buy a fucking Switch 2, guys. Come on, please.
I want you to know I did not know that. And I was like, oh, I know they have the game share feature. And what am I going to have to buy a second copy of this? I thought it was also on Switch 1. And I went to look and I was like, ugh. And then I just bought my wife a Switch 2 so she could play with my son. So it wouldn't be a problem.
This is the scam. This is the...
Yeah, they got me.
It's like Animal Crossing and COVID.
Buying.
Like, oh, everyone's got to go get Pokopia. We finally have a killer app, guys.
Yeah.
No, you guys didn't want Donkey Kong? Come on.
Nope, I sure didn't. The other thing I bought was Zelda Echoes of Wisdom, which I thought I had, but I did not. And my son really wanted to play a Zelda game with me. And I was like, this maybe looks like an entry point that he could get behind.
Sure.
So he and I have been, goes into what I'm playing, Tyler. He and I have been playing Zelda Echoes of Wisdom. And it's good because there's like lots of reading screens, which is annoying for people who play a lot of Zelda, but it's good for him because I need him to practice his reading.
All right. So it's an edutainment game for babies. Got it?
No, I wouldn't say it's got some fun mechanics. You play as Zelda and you get basically you basically absorb the powers of like objects of things. So you get to solve these puzzles using like items you've picked up. You're like, oh, okay, if I stack 3 beds over here, I can get up here. Or if I put a bed on the edge of this cliff and then stack another one. They're long, so I can get to the end of this hallway that looked like you couldn't traverse it. Things like that.
The only thing I know about this game, I've not played this game, but I remember the trailer from like 3 years ago, and I was just like, what is this? Puzzles are just a bunch of stacking beds? And you're coming at me like, oh yeah, you just stack beds.
Well, it's one of the first things you get as a bed. There's like trampolines. There's like certain monsters you use. There's like, I don't know. There's a lot of puzzles and there's like a lot of stuff actually that you can use to try and solve things. And there's like a lot of different enemies, but I'm like, this enemy kills most things. So I'm like, I'm going to certain things over and over because they're just more efficient. But my son's goofing off trying the stuff, and I'm just like, just use a trampoline.
No, see,
just use a bed.
He knows how to have fun. This is why I never liked Scribblenauts on DS, is because you could beat like every single level in that game by using a black hole. You just summon a black hole and it kills everything. But like
Joyless
the point
adult.
of Scribblenauts is to be creative and have fun. But if you don't have that childlike wonder, you're just like, no, the most efficient thing to do is black hole then wings and you win. Why are we not doing that?
Yeah, I'm not yelling at him, by the way, to actually do that. I'm just watching him screaming inside my head.
I mean, no one wants a backseat gamer, Dad.
No, so he doesn't even want me to play. He's like, I want us to play Zelda. And then I'm like, all right, my turn. Let me play for a minute. And he's like, mine now? I'm like, bro, relax. Thought we were doing this together. And he's like,
kids don't want to do things together. Shut up. He just wants you there while he plays.
This has been on his list. I said, when you can read well enough to get through this book, which is 100 pages, I will play as Zelda with you. So it's been like one of our reading goals. And he did it. So I'm like, yeah, I bought Echoes of Wisdom. I'm like, let's play some Zelda. So we've been doing it.
Cool. You need to get into Pocopia. He's already played Pocopia. And Dragon Quest Builders 2, which Tiger Wolf in our Discord will never shut up about. I'm sorry. I think the Dragon Quest Builders 2 door is closed now that Pocopia is out. I think they're in similar genres, and I don't think Dragon Quest Builders 2 is coming back from the Pocopia knockout blow.
No, I think it was a killing blow.
Johnny has a Pikachu that gave too much of its energy to his friends, and now it's white.
Pichachu or something?
I don't know,
man. Yeah. That's what I bought, and that is what I played. It was expensive because I had to buy another Switch too. Maybe I didn't have to, but now my wife has another Switch too. I will say it feels a lot more sturdy than the Switch.
Johnny, I want to hold out for the OLED version. I don't care how good the Switch 2 is now.
It's like I would be mad about that, except I never play in handheld.
Yeah, it would make me mad. No, it's not. It's the principle that they went from an
agree.
OLED screen back down to an LCD screen.
It is some bullshit. It is
ridiculous.
Class A bullshit, cheaping out. And look, it was probably a supply chain constraint, but still, I don't care about that. It should have that. It should be faster. We all know this. We all know that Nintendo can get away with it, and they did, and they knew they could, and that's bullshit.
See, I also don't play handheld because I hate Joy-Cons. Joy-Cons are the worst controllers ever made. But it's the principle, Johnny.
Also, I feel like I bought the Switch 2 controller, which you can use the Pro one, but they had the Resident Evil one, and it's like a thing I do. I'm like, oh, this is like horror related, so let's go ahead and grab this Resident Evil controller. The Pro controller, there's so many little buttons that they want you to use, like in everything, and I'm just like, these buttons are so small and fiddle. I don't love, like, the layout is fine, but like
What is
The buttons
this?
feel
Are you
too
talking about the
small and
Switch
ridiculous.
2 Pro controller or something? What is this? I
Yeah.
don't know anything about Switch 2, dude.
Yeah, it's just like the Pro controller for the Switch.
And you're saying the buttons
like
are too
2
small?
more
It looks
buttons.
just like a Switch Pro controller.
It's just like, you're like, use the plus button, use the minus button, use this camera button, use this. It's like, there's a lot of little buttons on the face of this controller.
Back in my day, it was just start, select, D-pad A and B.
Back in my day.
What are they doing?
There's another voice.
Oh my god, this controller's $90.
Yeah,
Fuck.
that sure was.
Video games are garbage, man. What are we doing playing video games at these prices?
Thank God I had gift cards. I had a $500 gift card to Best Buy, and then like another $30 one. I'm
Oh,
like,
the
yep, we're
Resident
using
Evil
these
one's
today.
$100 for a controller?
Nah, I got it for 90.
Oh my god. All right. It's not that
Yeah,
gaudy.
I like-
It's all black, which is kind of cool. I like that.
Yeah, it says Resident Evil on it. Look, you know me. It's like,
You would have
okay,
bought
I
it
can
even if it is
justify
gaudy. You have
anything.
those Star Wars Xbox controllers.
Oh yeah, look, I love a dumb controller. But you know, again, for the horror stuff, like I get to like take a picture of this and show it off on Halloween. You know what you can't find right now though? Resident Evil Requiem, anywhere. You can't find even the game keycard for Pokepia, whatever the fucking this game is. I want to call it Pokepedia, and that's not it at all. Pokopia. You can't find these games, even though it's a key card. Resident Evil, even the PS5 version. The guy at Best Buy was telling me, he's like, yeah, we just didn't get many copies. Target doesn't have any. It's just like the physical supply of these games are becoming so small now. It's an interesting time to collect.
Johnny, you can go just buy it on Steam right now for $70.
I know I could, but
Buy it on
if
that
you want the
eShop.
physical copy and you want to collect this stuff, it was a little wild to me that this is like kind of where we are. It's like, oh, are these ever going to get a reprint, or why would they? They're just like, buy it digitally. Why would we reprint this? And if they reprint it, it'll be like the X edition or whatever, you know?
So
It'll just
this
be
is a
the
problem,
game of the
Johnny.
year.
What if, so we are waiting for the death of physical media, which will definitely cause something to happen in the market. What if it dies so slowly that we never have that hard cutoff point, and that'll just make everyone just feel slowly bad over time, right?
Yeah, I mean, it feels like it's happening right now.
Yeah.
The game section in Target has been reduced yet again. They've moved it. Like, I don't know if you saw what they did to electronics, but electronics and Targets, the ones they're remodeling, are no longer like it used to be. You get to the middle of the store, you walk up the main center thoroughfare in like almost every Target, and it would be dead center. Back in the day, it used to be tucked in a corner, but like lately, it's like, here is the electronics section. Here's our phones, here's our iPads, here's the video games, here's speakers and TVs, right? Now, that is not the case. They've started to shrink that section. The open concept, like cell phone areas expanding, and video games are shrinking. Best Buy, a lot of them don't even have video game sections, or they're like mostly empty because they just keep most of the games up front now in like their lock case because theft is so bad. So you won't even see games on the shelf. It's getting weird out there, Tyler. GameStops are closing, thank God. But that means there's one less place to buy a game.
No, GameStop closing is 100% good. It's the only way
I'm
independent game stores can come back is if GameStop's close. I'm waiting for the day for mine to close.
GameStop is a blight on collecting and video games in general. They never helped publishers. They never helped video games. Please get it out of your mind that they ever did anything for games except be predators.
They did.
Fucking
they
hate GameStop.
did keep prices down, I think. Maybe not as much recently because they kind of bottom out at $20 now. But there was a time where they were selling a lot of like $2 to $10 games.
But that didn't help publishers.
It doesn't help publishers, but it helped collectors.
No,
and I don't mean like go to GameStop
not...
to buy our games, but it kept PS2 and like Wii prices down if you were buying that stuff.
I get that, but what it also did, part of me is still a purist who believes that games can be art and games are beautiful, and like the best games make you feel something and they show you things that you didn't know you could do. Like, I love games. You know this. We don't talk about it a lot because we're focused on collecting. But I love to play games, and I love them. And I like that we have a range of games from like indie games to AAA games and like these mid-tier games that used to just come out and you'd find these indie darlings and this like where all the hidden gems lived and stuff. Not everything needed to be a AAA game. Now it's like indie, AAA. There's no room for the middle because if it isn't a massive success and a line you've known, there's nothing to do. And GameStop helped bring that on, and I don't forgive them.
You know, actually, I went to my mall recently, and I couldn't even find the Sam Goody to see what their video game section is like.
Oh, I wonder why.
You know what I did find in Japan? There was a Tower Records. I didn't even know Tower Records was still around.
Oh, I didn't think there were. I thought there was. Isn't there a documentary called like The Last Tower Records or something?
Oh man, maybe it's about a Tower Records in like Osaka, Japan.
No, I think it was about one in Los Angeles.
Well, there's a couple of those blockbusters.
Maybe I'm conflating it. There is a documentary about Tower Records, and there is one about the last Blockbuster. I'm probably conflating those two.
Johnny, you got anything
there's
else?
A Tower Record one. Nope, that was it. I talked a lot in that section, and I did not mean to. Tyler,
Johnny,
you told us what you bought. Did you get to play any games?
No, I bought more stuff, Johnny.
Oh, whoa!
I've been buying stuff. Whoa, it's been like a month since we talked.
Oh, well, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for assuming. Please tell us,
Johnny. I got a first print, I think, copy of Thunder Force for the Sharp X1. I think there's 3 releases of Thunder Force on the Sharp X1, and this game came out first on the Sharp X1 and then was ported to the PC-88. Rare time, I don't want the PC-88 version. And I mean, I like Thunder Force 3 and 4, so I wanted the first one. It was cheap. It was like $50. That's actually not cheap for a Sharp X1 game. I got another sealed copy of AX2 Nostromo, which is quote unquote sort of kind of the first survival horror game. I do have a sealed copy of this, but this one has some extra white tape on it that I always thought that my copy that I have is probably resealed, and this one looks like it's actually sealed. So now I'm pretty sure my other one is resealed and this one's actually sealed. But also it was $20, so whatever. If it's just a nice copy of the game if it's resealed anyway.
All right, send me your other one.
All right. I can bring
I'll feature it this Halloween.
Midwest Gaming Classic.
I wish you would just send it. I don't want to carry things back.
Oh, right. Johnny, I got Train Simulator Chuo Line 201 series for the Macintosh, because I didn't realize it was for the Macintosh until I bought it. It was $1 complete in box. This is the first Japanese train simulator. It might be the first train simulator game. It was $1. So I'm going to say I got a deal.
All right. You did it.
And then beyond that, I've been buying and playing the same thing, Johnny. I bought a sealed cheap copy of Diablo 2 because I've had, I actually feel really dumb. I have a sealed Diablo 2 Lord of Destruction, a sealed StarCraft Brood War, sealed Half-Life Blue Shift and Opposing Force, and I don't have sealed copies of any of the original base games. And so I was waiting for like a first print Diablo 2, but like they're up in price. They're like $500,000 or something now. So I just got a cheap regular whatever copy of Diablo 2 because I feel dumb having the expansions and not the real game. And I've been playing Diablo 2. Johnny, they released a new expansion in Diablo 2 Resurrected, like Rise of the Warlock or something. They're coming back, new Diablo 2 content.
Yes, I was very excited about it. And my buddy and I were going to stop playing Diablo 4 and play that, but it's not cross-system.
Oh, man. Playing Diablo on consoles, what are you doing? So
it's easy to play on consoles. It's very relaxing.
I looked at that. And I in ARPGs now, I purely play single player solo self-found now. I think economies essentially ruin games. I think the ability to trade for exactly what you need makes those games so much less fun that I just don't play them online anymore. I've had a complete 180.
I've never traded for anything aside from with my buddy, and you can't trade the uniques in Diablo 4, so it doesn't matter.
That's weird. But yeah, I started playing Diablo 2 as like a kid when it came out. I played single player, and then I found Battle.net. I'm like, what was I doing wasting my time on single player? Oh my God, there's all these people playing and economies and shit. And now it's just like, oh, all right. Some guy has been grinding this game for 8,000 hours and has like the budget good stuff you need for essentially free, and that will just wipe out the first like 300 hours you need to play the game. It's just like, it makes everything pointless. But anyway, I'm not playing Diablo 2 Resurrected because that requires it requires like online check-ins to play single player, and I'm just like, fuck this modern shit. I'm not rewarding Blizzard for this fucking anti-consumer bullshit. So I just went back and I'm playing original Diablo 2, Project Diablo 2, which is a mod for the original Diablo 2 that sort of modernizes it. It adds widescreen support and really good controller support, both of which were like absolute balls like 5 years ago. So if you haven't checked out original Diablo 2, and for whatever reason you're not playing Resurrected, which is also amazing, the original Diablo 2 is like crazy fucking good right now. Like almost like, I'm not going to call it StarCraft Remastered level, because StarCraft Remastered also looks very nice. But, it's as good as you could expect it to be on a modern system.
That's exciting.
That's it. But playing Diablo 2.
All right. Hey, Tyler.
Hey.
We did it. We did the show.
That's another episode.
Welcome back.
People are like, oh man, they canceled the podcast. Now I'm going to have to listen to Joe Rogan. Oh. you know our fan base, big Joe Rogan fans.
Yeah. I don't think anyone's like, they stopped Collector's Quest, I'm going to go with Joe Rogan. I think they already listened to Joe Rogan and they're like, I guess I'll listen to this dumbass Collector's Quest too, because I have time on my hands. I think that's how it works in the hierarchy of podcasts.
Go get a Hardcore History. That's a really popular show. Do I have any hidden gems, Johnny? I don't. No. Deep Dive in the Shallow End. It's a dead podcast now, but you can go, if you need some listenable audio content, go listen to Deep Dive in the Shallow End. Or if you want some video game listenable content, Arcade Outsiders. It's an old arcade podcast where they talk about like going for arcade high scores and arcade collecting and arcade tech. And it ran for 100 episodes, and then they just ended it. And I thought like the 100 episode ending was a joke, and then they never made another episode.
It is remarkable when a podcast survives at all for more than 20 episodes.
Oh, more than like 4 episodes, yeah.
It's just like, if you did 20 episodes, that's like, if they were going hard every week, that's, essentially got to like 6 months of podcasting. And they're still there. Crazy. When you hit 100 episodes, it's like, wow. And so
when you hit 100 episodes, it's like, wow, are you monetizing this? How come I don't hear ads every 5 minutes?
Yeah.
This episode brought to you, by the way, by Dick Pills.
Yeah. If you need your dick bigger, these pills are for you. They're definitely not snake oil. Get your dick big today. LJN though, they made it to 100. So congrats to those guys. Mike and Jay, 100 episodes. That's saying something.
It is. And they got a whole set and everything, and they don't have sponsors. I feel like we're doing something wrong. We're doing stuff like just because we kind of like it, and we don't pay attention to like those market trends and capitalizing on getting dick pill ads. You guys, I don't know who's listening to this podcast. If you're podcast people or just like video game collectors and you listen to like 2 podcasts, go to the trending tab of like whatever podcast app you use and just start clicking some like random popular podcasts. It's insane how many ads some of these podcasts have. Some of them are like half ads. It's like cable TV out there in podcast land.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Billy Some Guy, and you may have heard of me from this. I'm hosting a new podcast called
my fucking God. They're all ads for other podcasts because it's just like a fucking pyramid scheme.
Yeah, it's wild. And then they're like, hey, are you buying your groceries on Amazon Prime? And you're like, please stop.
Oh my God. Yeah, I don't listen to anything with ads, so I don't listen to any of those podcasts, which is why you can listen to Hardcore History, because the only ad they have is at the very end of their 4.5 hour long episode, and it tells you to like, please donate $1 to us. We made a 4.5 hour audiobook for you. Come on, guys.
Yeah. And if you want to donate to this podcast, you can do so by going to patreon.com/collectorsquest, where you can join for, I think it's $4. It should be $5, but I think it's still $4. And you can get our bonus episodes when we do that and access to our Discord. If you want, if not, whatever. We're still here.
I hate capitalism.
Almost 300.
Our
Almost
podcast
300
should be
episodes
public
in.
domain.
Okay. We're a B Corp, Tyler. Just remember that.
I don't know what that means. That means that we're like good for the environment or something.
Look it up. Yeah, we enfranchised in Montana or someplace like that where we're supposed to enfranchise because there's like no tax. I don't know. We did something. We didn't do that.
End the episode.
Nope, I'm going to keep talking. The people have waited a long time and this is the content they're here for. Hey guys, let's talk about statues. Now that's it. All right. Thanks everyone for listening. We missed you. Bye.
That was a deep cut. I don't think many people listen to the statue after dark.